Thank you, Crystal. It's already been a busy 3 months since Rick Snyder took over the office of Governor of Michigan.
Today, 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin was in Lansing. You were taking a look back and a look ahead, Rick.
Yeah, this is easily the busiest first quarter of the year that I've ever spent in Lansing. I mean, there is a lot going on over there, and depending on who you talk to, it has been full of success or beset with failure. Either way, what happened in the next 90 days, is likely to be more difficult and more contentious.
It's great to be with you today because it's an opportunity to actually celebrate success.
In a show of unity and with a pledge to work together, the leaders of the House and Senate and Lieutenant Governor joined Governor Snyder to herald what they see as accomplishments in their first 90 days.
We created a very aggressive agenda about how we could work together as a team. And with respect to what's going on, we've made great progress.
Among those accomplishments, they say, agriculture and environmental bills, more money for Pure Michigan and parks and natural areas, and the repeal of the item pricing law, and that emergency manager law, all done in 90 days or less. Accomplishment?
What I think is objectionable, number one, is the fact that the governor is the state of Michigan's governor, all the people of the state of Michigan, and there are a number of big-ticket items that have been moved so far that really do hamstring or put certain residents in the state of Michigan at a disadvantage. And so,
Bert Johnson is a Detroit senator, a Democrat, who says all those Republicans talking about success are on the wrong track.
And we just think that there's a better way to legislate and to do things in the state right now.
But Republicans and Democrats disagreeing is not particularly new. The big story in Lansing is what happens next. The tough business of cutting school funding, doing away with the earned income tax credit, and that plan to tax pensions will be much more difficult to get done. And while there's every effort to show a united front with the Republicans in control of state government, there's also the acknowledgement that they don't all agree on all of the issues. And getting to a consensus may be a difficult task.
We actually have been disagreeing quite a bit. If you haven't noticed that, we're not going to invite you to one of the private meetings, but if you were at the Michigan Press Association luncheon where the governor was talking about his style and the time he spent at Gateway, he only used bad words twice. And I asked him what it would take to invoke that here, and last week we got really close to that.
But for all of the controversy, all of the protest, all of the opposition, even within his own party, Governor Snyder continues his steadfast support of his plan in what he calls a crisis time in Michigan, adding what may seem to some as an understatement.
And then there were tough decisions to make.
Governor wants the budget done in about 60 days. That's a tall order with a lot of heavy lifting that will see more protest, more arguments, and more stories as we continue our commitment to bring you the most comprehensive coverage, because it's what happens after the elections that really matters, and this year is the perfect example of that. Big election, big change, and now what's happening in Lansing, which is why we're there almost every day.